YouTube. This is called a video. I'm gonna post it on YouTube. Somebody had put some cameras in my apartment when I lived at 10974 Northeast Wygen in Portland, Oregon. Put some cameras in my apartment, robbed me apartment. Am I sleep in the bed, right? Somebody come in the apartment, so my life. You know, it's probably like twin, which is friend of the family, or me brother, or me sister, or me mom. Don't nobody come over me house. I don't really know nobody like that. I just kind of was working a whole bunch, so I never got to meet a whole bunch of people. So by the time I met me fiance, like that's honestly the only person that I know. Because I worked so hard, and then after I worked all them years, people started robbing me, so I never made it to have any friends. So am I laying in the bed, somebody steals something out of my house. It's a little notebook, little Chewbacca notebook I bought at Goodwill, $3.99. It's got music ideas and concepts in it, filled up with songs. Comes out, that's what visually come out, that's what they had stole. But these motherfuckers went into me apartment. I'm not supposed to cuss. You should say motherfuckers bad. Shouldn't cuss. They went into me apartment and stole from me house, put the stuff on camera, and then tried to make some excuse for these people not to be charged for armed robbery, burglary, robbery or burglary. So they all need to be charged constitutionally, point blank, period. And it was on camera too, so you know it's them people. Like, and everyone affiliated with that stuff, somebody going to me house and stealing from me, that's the Second Amendment. And then for you to put it on camera, that's the First Amendment. So why is these people being constitutionally charged? There's like, he smells nooses like just out on the block in Portland, no lie. And this is from somebody, somebody stole me mail when I was staying at a shelter. And this is after someone violated me Third Amendment, stealing me homework in high school. And this is after someone had started stalking me by camera and stuff. And, like when they had robbed me apartment and all that stuff, and they had it on camera. And then like now, somebody's doing the same thing like in Roberts. In Yashu's apartment. They're doing the exact same thing. It don't make no sense. So somebody moves me I was staying at the shelter and they referred me over to this apartment complex. When I get over to the apartment complex, I'm just waiting for me mail stuff to get worked out so I can move out of Portland and move away from the people who like robbed me apartment and stuff, because they have not been constitutionally charged. They haven't even went to jail for the matter. But it's been going to jail. That's not an option. So they moved me into the apartment. I see Robert. I see Yeshua at Safeway. And when I see him, when I see him, I haven't seen him in like 10 years. So I met me fiance 10 years ago. I was driving down the street over at Northeast Portland, over by the mall, and I drove past Holiday Park, and this dude was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Nothing." Am I just driving, just chilling? And he was like, "Come over here, let me get your number, let me give you my number." I was like, "Okay." So I hit the block, and it's the love of my life, and I've been in love ever since. So I hadn't seen him for like 11 years or something like that. And then I seen him a couple months ago back in June. Was it June? In June, I seen him at Safeway. And we went and we fed the ducks. And him asked me to marry him. And I said yes. And so, I was like, he was so mad because it was like, okay, we'll drop me off at the apartment. Like, it was really cool because I hadn't seen him in so long. And then we just spent the day together, and it was still up. It's pretty cool. It's pretty amazing. I love him so much. But yeah, so I ended up moving to this apartment, and he was like dropping me off, and him kind of get quiet, and him kind of like gaze off. But I didn't notice nothing. And like, am I noticing all the like different mannerisms of him being angry and stressed? Because come to find out, the apartment that I moved into, the whole entire third floor is his personal apartment. Like, it's already in the process of like taking out the units. I think, I don't know the extent of all of the stuff, but I think like the only step so far is getting the people out of the third floor and making sure that there's nobody up here so that everybody is safe in the process of them not being in someone's personal apartment, because they have to move anyways. You can't do construction. So like they have like half the apartments vacant, and then the other half of the apartments that like the people is not moving out of it for some reason. So the people started playing on the cameras and stuff and like picking and stuff, and they wasn't supposed to turn on the cameras until construction started. Construction hasn't started because everybody hasn't moved out. So they've been having these cameras on, and these people need to get charged constitutionally, point blank period, for violating him First Amendment, violating him Second Amendment, and most definitely violating whatever amendment has to do with the construction process, which is probably like all of them. So it's just so stressful because the people is like all in the hallway, like nobody's supposed to be on this floor. The only reason am I on this floor is because, you know, am I waiting to move? Like, it's not like, even with us being in love and like us getting married and stuff, am I like planning to make sure that am I not interfering or causing any issues in him home? Like, that stuff was set up and supposed to be done years ago. So for that not to be done, that'd be scandalous on me behalf to, you know, like be like, oh, well, I live here and it's gonna be permanent house. How am I gonna be living and all that stuff? That's not right. So am I supposed to be moving too? Am I just waiting for me mail to come? Literally been waiting like months for me mail to come. I went down to the food stamp office the other day. Dude gonna tell me that it was like, when you updated your address in June, because I've been here since March. It's like, when you updated your address in June, you put that there was an apartment. So I just found out like 3-4 weeks ago that the whole third floor is, and the reason why there's cameras is to make sure that the building doesn't collapse, because the remodel's in the middle of the building. But there's not, construction ain't even started. So they sitting up here like running up a tab on some bills and stuff, like some permit processes, running up a bill with the city. This man not even supposed to be paying in the first, like not right now. And to take out some walls and put in some carpet and move a couple bathrooms, it ain't that big. It's not that hard of a job. It's probably about 2 weeks, 15, let's see, including paydays, about 17 days of work, literally. It's probably no more than about 32 days of work. So when I moved in, they have, I didn't know about the third floor. I go to the food stamp office, man say, will you update your information in June? You put that as apartment. And say, well, the paperwork that you filled out the other day that doesn't say that there's an apartment, it does not say anything about the third floor. It just has the building's address. With that paperwork, it was like, oh, we can't find it. What do you mean you can't find it? Y'all already tried to charge this dude up a whole big old bill from the city, and then you messing with his address from the food stamp office. Y'all scandalous. This man that made sure hundreds of people didn't have housing. This man that made sure that homeless people didn't have housing. People didn't have the best. And eating and all the rest of the stuff. Him didn't have to network. Him didn't have to help nobody. Him did all that. And still supported like busters doing stuff. Like, and not supported the busters, supported the individuals, like the people, the citizens. that was in need of housing, just simple stuff, just staying in it, instead of just taking the money that him was due and kicking rocks. Him still made sure everybody was taken care of. So these motherfuckers playing with him stuff on the state level and playing at the food stamp office and stuff, like playing with him addresses. This motherfucker gonna tell me straight up, the paperwork that you, then that's what him brought the conversation up. The paperwork that you have put the address on, with that you put the correct address on, I can't find it. So I need you to come in and sign. I need you to just sign the bottom of a piece of paper, the same form that you had just filled out. I need you to just sign that form blank. I don't think so, but so I go to the other food stamp office. So I go to the other food stamp office. Man say the paperwork is right here. But somebody's all keep playing in him apartment. Ain't nobody supposed to be in him apartment. They need to stop playing in him apartment. Straight up. That's what a noose sounds like. Promise. You hear those air brakes and the tone of the horn? But the people who keep playing in him apartment, they really, 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 really good. And the sound of the heaviness of the vehicle. The people who keep playing in him apartment really need to stop, because that's most definitely violating the Second Amendment. There was this man talking about, open my delivering food. So him is such a nice person. Like him, like goes to the food bank and like even the people that's not on him floor and stuff, and make sure that everybody in the building got like there's some access to something to eat. So, like, some more is like the food bank people will come and they'll deliver food to the doors, but they're like scheduled days. You sign a little thing, and they're all scheduled days. So the other day, this dude's like pulling on the door, and him was like, I got a food delivery. I was like, I can't help you. I ain't seen the little scheduled time thing. And personally, and then I was like, you know, this constitutional stuff has came up about him apartment. Am I in the position I could be? I technically like I could possibly be violating him Second Amendment. So I'm not supposed to let nobody into this secure building, and they keep bothering him. This man put him stuff in the hall, like upstairs, like moving him stuff into the building. The lady comes on the third floor. She takes all of him stuff out of the building. It's not owned by a property management company. It's owned by a landowner. And they have endorsement. It's real cool property. But people keep doing it bad. Like, I don't understand why these people aren't being charged. And to be racking up a bill, and to be stalking people, using the government to stalk people and to invade people's privacy, like this little thing up here. Like, I don't know if you can see it. There's a camera in there. There's a camera in there, too. It's like in the, what's the thing's called? It's not called smoke detector. Smoke detector right there. Carbon dioxide monitor. It be blinking, it might be go off, but they need to stop playing in my apartment straight up, and they need to be charged, because it's unacceptable. I've been through that. It is so uncomfortable. It does not feel good to have somebody in your home that you did not invite, and to be doing stuff to cause you to lose your home. Like, somebody came into my apartment, put that shit on camera. I don't get it. They was playing with guns and talking about stuff playing with guns. Am I like, they playing all these games and stuff? I would have blasted them motherfucker. I would have blasted Jared's motherfucking ass too. What the fuck you gonna take somebody in me house for, nigga? You silly? Wait a minute. I ain't never did no bad to you. You took somebody in me motherfucking house and robbed me, nigga, and then you want to play bitch and you want to go and get rich and famous off the shit, nigga? Fuck you. I mean, point blank range. I'd shoot that motherfucker in him head before I shot the motherfucker who went in my house with, into my apartment with him. Promise. I mean, how you gonna explain? You can explain it if you want to. And you motherfuckers are sitting here playing on the motherfucking camera, nigga. Excuse you. So, you know, like, they need to be charged with violating the Second Amendment starting at the first.